I wanted to show you how beautiful these recipe cards came out. So they come packaged in this cardboard box, nice sturdy box. It comes with envelopes and a set of 10 cards. There's the front and back of the card, and then the inside with the recipe. The card comes pre-scored down the center so that you can easily fold it. And it's a really nice thick cardstock. And what I really love about this card is the foil lettering that's on it. I'm going to see if I can just capture that shine. Isn't that pretty? Even a little tartness can make life sweeter. I love that. And I think it's really appropriate for this card with the delicious rhubarb and cherry pie recipe that's inside it. And then here's the back of the card. So I'm so pleased with how this card turned out. And I think it would make a really beautiful gift to give to someone. It's a card that somebody would actually keep because they could use it over and over again because of the recipe inside. I've never had a vegetable garden, and I decided that 2026, this was going to be the year that I finally did that. So talk about steep learning curve. But I jumped in with both feet and just went for it, even though I know nothing about gardening in general. So here I'm just putting up some stakes, or I'm making these trellises. I'm just using, what do you call these? Doweling? Yeah, they're just about an inch thick. They're 7 feet high. And I'm forming them into a teepee shape and just tying the tops with some twine to form a trellis for the tomato plants that are underneath. And my guess is that those tomatoes will eventually climb all the way to the top, and these will be the support for them. At least that's the plan, and that's what I hope will happen. We had so much rain this summer. It's been cold and it's been wet. So I'm quickly learning that those are not ideal conditions for a garden. Even though you'd think a lot of rain would be good, because where we are, it can be so dry. But there's such a thing as too much water. And so this dill, as you can see, they're flat on their faces. So I'm just propping them up with some more soil, getting them upright, because the constant rain every day has just made them fall over. I think they look a lot happier now. So you can see in these beds there isn't a whole lot going on. I do have a lot of plants in there, but they're from seed. So that was another thing I wanted to try. I wanted predominantly my garden to be grown from seed. So I do have a few small plants that I put in for a head start, like the zucchini. But I plan to do a lot more with seed, as you can see. I have this summer squash here. And those dowel supports that I put in earlier, the idea was that the squash would grow up these supports. So as they grow, I would tie them to the support and have this vertical garden. And in my mind, there would be all of this beautiful squash fruit that would be hanging down and just make a beautiful, visually appealing look. And at the bottom would be all lush with lots of plants as well. That was the idea, but we just got too much rain and it was too cold, and so the seeds didn't germinate that well. As you can see, I'm putting in these little markers or little labels so that I know what I planted. And then later you're going to see that that didn't work out for me. So I'm planting more of these beans, and I know so little about gardening that I didn't even know how to plant seeds. In fact, I didn't realize just how easy it was. So every seed that I planted, I ran to YouTube. That's my go-to to find out information. And I would look up the particular plant that I was doing from seed and watch videos on how to plant them. And really, I didn't need to do that because it's so easy. You just push the stuff into the ground, water it, and just let time take care of it. The sad-looking parsley that is all flat on its face again because of the rain, and the basil that you see, I didn't plant these from seed. I took apart some herb baskets that were marked down at the store, pulled them apart, and was able to fill my beds with basil, parsley, and dill. And of course, my idea was, along with the vegetables, I would have lots of beautiful flowers. And I focused on not just beautiful bright color as far as the flowers go, but I wanted them to be edible as well. So the flowers I planted, they're beautiful, they're bright, and they'll just add a lot of gorgeous color to the garden. But also, I'll be able to eat them. And that again was another thing that was the plan, but it didn't quite work out. Predominantly, I'm growing salad food, so lettuces, kale, spinach, those kinds of things. And I must say the seeds on these are so tiny, especially the lettuce. So I wasn't really sure, do I have to plant each seed separately on its own and space them apart? I just didn't have the patience for that. So I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong, but I would just gently kind of sprinkle a bunch at the same time. So I probably put too much seeds in a section, but you'll see later as they came up that they did all right. And some seeds, such as these marigolds, you can see how tiny they are. They actually don't need to be buried. So I just scratched up the surface here, and then I'm loosely going to sprinkle that seed around. And then just carefully sprinkle a shallow layer of soil over it, pat it down, and then that should be it. Along the fence behind the raised beds that I have along the fence, I had some space there. So I was just filling it in with some extra soil that I had left over. And the idea was that I was going to plant some morning glories, or seed the area with morning glories. And the idea was that the morning glories would grow up the fence and just make this beautiful floral fence. I did abandon that idea because I heard that morning glory can be very invasive. They self-seed, and my concern was that it would eventually end up in these raised beds that are along the fence, and then it would just be a big mess. So I don't know what I'm going to do behind there. I'll have to figure that out for next year. And here are the other raised beds that I did. So they're also full of seeds, so you don't see a lot happening here. But, oh, here we go. So this is near the end of June. So you can see all of the lettuces have come up. There's some arugula in there. And I planted some herbs like lavender, oregano, thyme. So I'm going to admit there is so much in these garden beds that I don't have any clue what they are. And I don't know if you can see in the distance here, but the reason for that is sitting on the fence. Now, do you see that rascal there? That's a magpie. And I was not prepared for the amount of mischief and destruction and infuriating behavior that these birds have. They have wreaked havoc on my garden, and I had no idea that they were going to cause me so much problems. We have a fenced in area, so I knew that I didn't have to worry about deer. Insects, I thought that might be an issue, but so far so good. But the birds, the magpies in particular, along with some crows, have been the worst. They've pulled up the vegetables that I had. I had some radishes. They just yanked them out, not because they're hungry, but just for the fun of it. I had all kinds of markers. I was able to put some back in just so that I would know what the vegetables were, but most of the markers were pulled out. You can see some of those markers laying on their side there. The magpies pulled them out and just toss them over the side of the garden. See those markers that are laying flat? I found a bunch at the side at the side of the raised bed on the ground. Just playing and having fun. That was that's just what they do. So I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's something edible. My guess is maybe it's kale. These flowers, I'm not sure what they are because my tags, my little markers have been pulled up. Is that a flower or is that a weed? Leave me some comments if you recognize any of these plants. Now here's my zucchini. I planted, I think, 4 zucchini plants, and from everything I've heard, 1 zucchini plant is enough. I should have so much zucchini that I don't know what to do with. Oh, here's one of the radishes that have survived. Most of them have been pulled up by the birds. But the zucchini, from what I'm seeing, has not been doing that great. Probably because of all of the rain. Oh, there's another radish. It just makes me so happy to see some of these vegetables survive. I think these are beans. That's my guess, but I don't know for sure. I'll have to wait and see if they produce anything to know for sure. So back to the zucchini. I found that most of the blooms where the zucchini will grow from, it gets to this point and then it just starts to either rot or it falls off. So I don't think having too much zucchini will be a problem this year. My goal is to get 1 zucchini. The tomatoes, they're producing well, but the problem is it's been so wet and so cold that I don't know if they're going to ripen on the vine. But it's early yet. It's the end of June now, so there should be a couple more months before the frost comes, which in my area can happen in September, so not a lot of time, but I'm hoping, really hoping that I can enjoy these tomatoes. So here's my garden. I hope you enjoyed my little tour of my little backyard farmstead. I use the term very loosely, but it's been really exciting for me. And like I said, a huge learning curve, but it's been thoroughly enjoyable. And thank you so much for watching.